Warning, this video has images of rodent control and a giant surprise visitor. Well, I've come down to my garage on the third night of video surveillance of this box, which was set up as a trap to get mice, because the background story is this used to be full of eggs, which are here, and to show you what happened to my eggs is mice got into those and has a good old nibble away at those beautiful chocolate eggs. They were to be for my children for Easter. They are no longer for that. But what is the mystery is this box has moved. The beautiful framing that I had, which was on the video camera, is now like that. So what we've got to try and work out is what's gone on here. The box has moved. All traps have been triggered. Looking here, it looks like none of the peanut butter has been eaten. There's obviously no mice here, and the egg has been eaten even further. So whatever's gone on in there last night will be revealed by the video camera, and I tell you, I've had a look at it and it's almost like a Hollywood blockbuster what went on in my garage last night. And it's normally not sort of content I would bring to YouTube, but I feel that this needs to be seen to be believed. Well, what you see on screen there is what I walked down to in the morning after recording for about 14 hours last night. There is stuff that goes on at night that you wouldn't even imagine goes on. I've spoken to my neighbour and they've told me, well, we've got a mouse problem in our house. Well, I've got one over and up my side as well, but there's also another little critter getting about, which is a big surprise. And just a warning, very soon we're going to see a poor little rodent bite the dust. About 8 minutes into me walking away from my garage last night, he came back, or another one came back. I don't know if it's Elvis 1, 2 or 3, but once he enters that box, he's in the danger zone. Here he comes. It doesn't take long. He's in the trap. So there's part of the mystery solved. The traps have gone down. The trap which has captured that mouse has been dislodged. And unfortunately this critter, well, he's got another fate coming to him a little bit later in the tape. But what is interesting, the egg has not been eaten yet. So there's more to play out in this tape, as we will see. So I've moved on another half an hour on this recording, and the little mouse is still trapped in that trap. And guess what? Another mouse appears. This is the third mouse. And this is an insight into the much bigger problem that I've got going on around my house. And anyone who's had these little critters, well, basically come in and take over the place, you will understand what they can get up to. And without any threat at all from the traps, he's having a merry old time at eating the chocolate. Well, we've solved a couple of mysteries here. We can understand why the trap has been pushed out of place. We can see why the egg has been eaten even more. Little mouse is having a great little meal there. But there's two mysteries. Why was the box pushed out of place? And where was this mouse at the end of the night? And it takes another 8 hours of recording to understand the final fate of that little rodent. If you're wondering, the cockroach from Chernobyl made a flying visit down the bottom of frame there. Came in, had a sniff around, probably smelled a little bit of danger, and he took off. At about 5 hours into the recording, a mouse returns. Who knows if it's another mouse or the same mouse as we saw before. He goes over and has a little bit more chocolate. Why not? It's there for the taking. It is interesting. They only hang around and have a nibble for a short time and then they take off. So at around 9 hours of recording last night, the final act of this mystery will be solved. There it is. And I can tell you now, we do not own a cat. I do not know who owns a cat around us. But this mouse will have a totally different fate. Lucky I blue tacked those traps down, because the cat would have taken off with the mouse trap as well. And as I kept rolling the surveillance footage, and about 8 minutes later, guess who came back? The great big furry thing. And it's having a sniff around and inspecting what's going on. I thought it's going to come in and eat the chocolate. But what I think it's smelling for is those rodents. And I've got a funny feeling that cat is going to be my best ally in nabbing the rest of what's going on in my garage. Because cats are perfect killers of small mice, rats, and anything else that causes trouble in that department. By the look of her, she's a domesticated kitten. She's obviously a long-haired puss, and I'm going to have to keep an eye out for her. I've actually got security cameras around the house. Maybe she appears in those But put it this way, you don't sit there at night looking back through your video footage looking for cats. But maybe I should be. Anyway, I fed the birds the day before with a mouse. Looks like she's had a feed with a mouse. So everyone is sort of happy. And there's one less mice for me to deal with. But I know there's another one getting about. Who knows, it could be 5, 10, 15, 20 more. This is the great unknown when you're dealing with a mouse infestation. Well, I've always wanted to do some sort of cat video on YouTube. Maybe that's my chance. I've got one now, and it's hopefully very different to what anybody else has put up. Don't worry everyone, I won't be bringing this sort of content to YouTube all the time. It's not my sort of thing, but I just thought last night's activity was really strange, and there's no way you could have predicted what went on. And I like strange stuff, and I hope you do too. Anyway, I'll see you soon, and bye for now.